Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Sharon and I make YouTube videos as a hobby. So you guys have read the title, and yeah, it sounds insane, but this is the story time about the time I almost got suspended. Well, I thought I was gonna get suspended from university. So this actually happened last year. This was pre-COVID, pre-coronavirus pandemic, pre the world freaking out, right? And my biggest worry at that point was definitely school. Now, if you've watched my video about my journey into medical school, you'd understand that it was a very difficult journey for me. And when I finally got into medical school, I had some trauma. I had trauma. And that trauma manifested itself as imposter syndrome. Now, if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, it basically means that you don't think or believe that you deserve to be in a certain position, whether it be work or school or whatever. And that's how I felt about medical school. I felt like the school made a mistake choosing me, so I was constantly pushing myself to the very limit so that I can prove to myself. I had to prove to myself that the school didn't make a mistake and I was actually smart enough and deserving enough to be studying medicine, which is my lifelong career choice of choice. Of choice? That sentence didn't make sense. But yeah, pretty much. So I used to work myself to the bone. I was crazy. But yeah, what ended up happening was we had a test coming up, biochemistry test, first test of the entire semester. And at that point, biochem was crazy. It's still crazy. Biochem is crazy. But yeah. So our teacher, whose name I'm not gonna say because I actually respect her now. I respect her, and I guess I understand why she did what she did, but like damn sis. But yeah, essentially we were writing a test and she told us in advance, you guys are gonna have a test to write and study for it, prepare for it. And I went hard in the paint. I went very hard in the paint. I was working myself to the bone. I wanted to do really well in this test because I put so much pressure on this test. I felt like if I fail this test, it means I'm gonna fail in the whole medical course and I'm not actually made for medicine. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. I was going hard in the paint, studying all the time for this test. I wanted to do really well on it. Right. So yeah, actually the day before the test, I went out with my friends. We actually got to see, remember the show my Josie concert? Yeah, it was around that. It was the same day, but we went to see Wusi in concert instead. She was having a concert, Wusi, Midnight Staring Wusi. Yeah, Midnight Staring Wusi. She was having a concert, and we went to see that. And actually, it got back to me the following day, which was the day that we were writing the test, that a few of my classmates, they had opinions on that. They were like, what kind of a medical student goes out the night before a test? She's not serious, like very judgmental words, very judgy words. I know who you are, so I'm talking about you. That was word on the street, like. So yeah, I was already stressed from my imposter syndrome and my obsession with proving to myself that I'm not an idiot. So yeah, that coupled with the anxiety just of having a test and the fact that this test was a big portion of our CA, I had anxiety through the roof. I was freaking out. And I don't know if I'm the only one who does this, but before an exam, the things that I have to memorize, not understand, but memorize, I do that a few hours prior to the exam. When you memorize things, they have a short shelf life. A very short shelf life. That's hard to say. But they do have a very short shelf life. And so, we go into the exam, right? Into the test. And this woman is serious. She's not playing about her test. Because the way we're writing it, it was like it was a test. Like, everyone had to sit a couple of, chairs apart from each other. She searched us before we got inside. It felt like an exam. So it was pressure. That just was pressure. It was for pressure. I was under pressure. And I'm sitting in an aisle seat, like, yeah, the last seat, the first seat, like in between two. There's this side, I'm sitting on the aisle seat, right? And then this side, no one sitting next to me because there's a lot of sun reflecting through the windows, so people just went to sit at the back. And this woman was very serious about her testing. She treated it like it was an exam. So basically, everyone had to sit two tables, I mean, like two spaces between each other. She was searching us, making sure that nobody was carrying any contraband, no one was cheating. Our bags had to be outside. It was a very serious operation, very serious. When we started writing, she gave us an extra piece of paper for practicing our drawings before we write them, because it was a lot of things like, we had to know the structures of amino acids, like all 20 amino acids. We had to know the structure of insulin. So she gave us an extra paper for us to practice those structures. So before the exam started, I just wrote everything I knew, all the structures I memorized. I wrote them down, all of them, all 20. I drew them. I wrote the structure of insulin, so that when it was time for me to start answering my questions, that was going to be my reference point. And I think this paper, coupled with my anxiety, and it ended up with me being very fidgety. I think I was fidgeting a lot during the test, and she walked by me the first time, she peeped over, she walked back, she walked by me the second time, she peeped over, she walked back. The third time she came and she asked for some guy's name who was sitting behind me. Then she came to me and asked me for my name. And I was thinking, oh damn, am I writing things that are that impressive that she needs to ask me for my name? Like, I must be killing it. Like, she must have seen my structure of insulin and she's like, this girl is a genius. So I was like, Sharon Phiri, SharonPhiri. I was super proud to give her my name. Yeah, I'm killing it. Sorry for your loss. I was very nonchalant about it. I was like, okay, I must be doing a great job. Then I was writing my little test. I'm writing, and I was like, wait a damn minute. The person whose name she asked, at that point we'd only been in school for a month or 2 months, but we still knew each other in terms of like academic performance a little bit. And that type of person is not who that's not the type of person you want to be associated with academically. I'm sure outside of school that person is a good person and is a really nice person and everything, but within the context of academics, I started to panic. I started to get very worried, like, why did she get his name and then get my name? I started to get really worried. Like, I was just like, what's going on? Worries going on. Why does she want his name and my name? Like, huh? So I write my little answers and everything, and the test was not bad. It was not bad at all. I had been going hard in the paint, remember? So when it was time for us to leave, we had to stand in a single file, and we had to give her our papers. So I waited to go last so that I can give her the paper after everyone else had given her the paper. And I wanted to ask her, what percent of our CA was this test, like specifically. And so yeah, everyone goes, and then I go to her and I was like, ma'am, what portion of our CA is this paper? And I'm not even exaggerating, you guys, she says, why are you asking? You're asking because you didn't study, huh? That's why you had to cheat on the test. That's why you're cheating on the test. You know that cheating is suspension, automatic suspension. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean I was cheating? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, ma'am? What do you mean I was cheating, ma'am? Ma'am, you're a respectable doctor. What do you mean I was cheating? The only thing I'm guilty of is being overzealous for a test. So outside, this is what I said. On the outside, I was like, madam, I do not know what you're talking about. I did not cheat on the test. You must be mistaken. This must be an error. And then but inside I was actually thinking, oh my god, this is it, I've messed it up. Suspension. What's going on? Hire a doctor that's been suspended from school. Ethically, can I even pass my board exams? I'm gonna have to live under a bridge, and I'm gonna have to give birth to street kids, and those street kids are gonna have to give birth to street kids. My children are gonna have to be fighting for milk on But but yeah, I was like, this is it, my life is over. So yeah, I was like, this must be an error. And then she was like, you know, cheating carries an automatic suspension. And I was like, huh? Then she was like, I'm not even gonna mark your paper. And I was like, ma'am, I promise you it's a mistake. Then I walked away. And then I went to the bathroom, where I proceeded to cry like a baby. I cried like a baby. I cried so hard. I cried, you guys, you don't even understand. It was just tears and tears. I was just crying like a little baby. Crying like a little baby. So yeah, I was just crying. And my best friend in the world, Nisa, she and I were not friends yet, but it was during that moment that I was like, I really appreciate Nisa, because she really comforted me the whole time. And she was like, Sharon, you're overthinking it, like, chill, go talk to her again. And then I tried to go talk to her, and this woman was gone. She was gone. She got in her Hilux. Can I say what car she drives? Okay, she got in her Hilux and she went. She bounced. She was like, bye. And then afterwards we went into the bus. Back then I used to live in Leopards Hill, and Silverest are very long distance, so the school provided transport for us to go and live, for the bus to take us home and bring us to school. And yeah, so I was in the bus and I was sitting like, this is the window, this is me, then this is Nisa, and I was just crying. I couldn't control myself. Like I was saying, I thought this is the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, who's gonna wanna hire a doctor that's been suspended? Like, I'm never gonna pass my exams. Like, I'm a failure. Like, this was my very first time, you know, writing an exam. Like, this woman said she's gonna get me suspended. I'm gonna get suspended. And I was just bawling. I was crying. There was snot coming out of my nose. There was snot coming out of my ears. It was not coming out of everywhere. I was crying. I was crying a lot. I was so sad. And then, you know, people would come and they would try to discuss the answers with me, and Nisa would talk to them and be like, yeah, she's sleeping, she's just very tired. And people would go, and then another person would come, and then Nisa would be like, yeah, she's sleeping, she's tired. She was basically shooing people away without bringing much attention to the fact that I was bawling like a baby. Bawling like a baby. B-A-B-Y, baby. But yeah, I was just crying. I was so sad. I was so miserable. And the whole time, Nisa, she was so amazing to me. Like, I ran out of toilet paper because I kept wiping my eyes, and she would give me more. And then yeah, I went home and I told my housemates about the test. So they were asking me, Shona, how was the test? And I couldn't even respond because I didn't think anyone would believe me. Nisa believed me, but I didn't think anyone else would believe me. Because think about it, someone comes to you and they're like, I was accused of cheating, but I didn't really cheat. You believing them, and you believing them. So I didn't think anyone was gonna believe me. I was depressed. Like, I was really, it was a really bad time for me. I was so depressed. I thought, you know, this is it. This is the end. Hang it up, flat screen, like, no more. It's over for me. But then, yeah, a few days later, school was closed indefinitely, and I basically forgot about that whole incident because, you know, I had to worry about going home and things like that. And she uploaded the results onto the portal, and I saw my results were there, and she uploaded everyone's results next to everyone's name. And I was checking, and my name was there. Like, she had marked my results. I wasn't gonna get suspended, and I was just like, really? Do you know how much stress you caused me, lady? You caused me a lot of stress. But essentially, yeah, I did not get an A, but I did get a B plus. And this is me being petty, but I checked the people's results who were talking about me going out before my exam, and I had done better than them. And this is a lesson for you to mind the business that pays you. Mind your business. Brief side note, mind your business. But then, yeah, basically that happened, and I really don't know what the moral of this story is, except for the fact that sometimes things happen, and don't freak out. I freaked out. I lost my mind. I had stress. I couldn't eat. But yeah, for me personally, when I watch story times, I watch other people's story times, I feel better knowing that it's not just me alone going through silly things like this, that it happens to other people. So I'm hoping that, you know, if anything like this ever happened to you, you wouldn't freak out the way I freaked out. And, you know, this can inspire you in some way. I don't know what to inspire you to do, but inspire you in some way. So if you watched this video to the end, thank you so much. And please comment banana. If you watch it to the end, comment the word banana in the comment section. I would like to know how many people are actually watching my videos to the end, so I can make them better for you guys. Yeah, so I need that information. So and a few of you were commenting. First of all, I read all your comments. And I love all your comments. So thank you so much for the support, the positive words. It means so much to me. Thank you. Please continue commenting. Don't feel like I don't read them. I always read, I always respond. So yeah, a few of you are asking how you can get in touch with me if you have questions or things like that. Instagram, DM me on Instagram. I'll put my link in the description box below, and email. Definitely feel free to email me. So yeah, that was the end of my video, the story time how I almost got suspended. Thank you so much for watching this video. Share if you care. Bye.